Hey everybody, it's White Mojo Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. Well, I guess I should say that to myself as well, right? I got on here about a couple weeks ago and did a live stream for Fallout 76 just to kind of celebrate the just the show happening and all the good things, the hype around the brand of Fallout. And as y'all know, it's one of my favorite game series. I love the Bethesda games in general. Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Starfield, I love them all. But and they're all different, all for different reasons too. But with Fallout, it all started when the television show came out on Amazon about less than a month ago. We're getting close to the month point. It's really good, and I wanted to do a video to where I talk about the TV show, and then I'll talk about going back to like Fallout 76, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, just kind of talk about the whole thing because that show is what sparked me. And I'll just kind of give you like the little journey. But let's start at the beginning, all right? So after God of War Ragnarok, this little teaser for the video I'm putting out next week, I kind of hit a gaming rut, so to speak. I got rid of my Xbox Series S, which kind of made like recording a bit more of a hassle because I really leaned on having it in the office, just a dedicated in here thing. And but honestly, I just didn't play it much, and the games were getting honestly. The thing about the Series S, I still think it's a great budget console, but with the new news, that's a weird one, huh? With the news of Xbox starting to basically integrate with PlayStation, you're going to start seeing pretty much all their games go to PlayStation at some point. I mean, sooner than you think. Trust me, I know people that know this stuff, and I don't care what the PR says, it's happening. So get in the ball game. So, with that being said, after God of War Ragnarok, I hit like a gaming rut just for a little bit. I got rid of the Series S, and then I had like a stack of games that I've already played, like the three Assassin's Creed games, the modern ones. I had, let's see, Hogwarts Legacy, just a few other games that I've either beaten and don't plan on coming back to, or just lower games I got for cheap that I just oh. That's all. That's the only way I know how to explain it. You pay like $5 for it, you try it, and you're just like, ugh. It was worth a shot though. So I took a bundle of those games, traded them at the game store, and I got the last copy of Dragon's Dogma 2 for the Xbox Series X. And I heard a lot of I heard a lot of mixed things about it, but before the game came out, it was really hyped up. There was a lot of excitement. That's the marketing term for it, not hype. Excitement. There was a lot of excitement around the game because it felt like it was a bit of Elden Ring, a bit of Breath of the Wild. Then you had like the fantasy stuff mixed in with it, like Elder Scrolls kind of, and then the pawns, which are like your companions. And um, I enjoyed the little bit I've played of it so far, but I'm putting it on the shelf for a little bit because I'm going to come back to that game later, and I'm just going to let them optimize it a bit more. And like I said, that put me in a gaming rut. I was just on the Xbox. I would just try all sorts of different games, and I just couldn't get one to stick. I thought, was it me or just what is it? So I took about a week, and by that time, the Fallout TV show hit Amazon Prime. And so what I did was I watched the show pretty much in 2 days. There was like 8 episodes. It's like 8 hours worth of content. I just went right through it, and I will tell you guys that show sparked that was the spark I needed to see your a game that you love in a different light. I get how the Last of Us fans feel when they got to see their show on HBO. I didn't particularly care for it too much, but I don't particularly care for The Last of Us. But neither here nor there. But the whole thing about Fallout is it's fun, it's gory, it's mature, it's everything. And the thing about the show, I'm not really going to get into like the plot. I'm not going to dissect it really. Just go watch it. But I will tell you, it's Fallout needs to be a good example on how to do a video game adaptation for TV because they respected the lore of the game, and it really helps Jonathan Nolan play the hell out of Fallout 3. And I thought it was kind of funny that his brother, Christopher Nolan, a director I really like, Oppenheimer got Picture of the Year. And it's about making the bomb and the repercussions that come with it. And then his brother's working on a little post-apocalypse show as to like, let's just drop a bunch of the damn things and see what happens. So I thought it was kind of a funny, I thought it was a funny contrast, to be honest with you. And I just really enjoyed it. I think they did a great job. They respected what the game established. They kept everything in line, and I feel like the characters were pretty good. And then it's just a fun watch. There wasn't anything really stupid that didn't need to be in there. And the good thing about the story too, I'm really starting to lose respect for a lot of these shows that just, they get you invested for a season and they end it on this cliffhanger. Now, I don't mind if you do it while wrapping up the story you started, which is what Fallout did. It gets a story started, start to finish. But it leaves a little more for them to build on for the next time. I'm fine with those cliffhangers, but when it's just, they cut it off, that's crappy. So it's just like, I remember watching the trailers thinking, please don't suck, please don't suck, please don't suck. And sure enough, it's pretty good. So highly recommend that if y'all have Amazon. The other thing I want to talk about is what that did for me afterwards. So Xbox, as smart as they are, they had this update on the store. Let's celebrate Fallout. So what they did was they put all their games on sale, like heavy discounts. So I played Fallout 3 about a year ago, and I didn't have the expansions, all the DLC. So I picked up Fallout 3, all of its DLC. I think everything was like $10, and then I picked up New Vegas's DLC, all that extra content with New Vegas, for another $10, and then I already have Fallout 4's, Game of the Year, so I was good on that front. But I decided, you know what? Let's just forget that I had a plan for my games. I have a schedule. I have a list. Let's just throw that out. For once, let's just go with my whim. So I booted up Fallout 3, and I made a good character, and I went through the story just like last time. I did all the side quests. That basically what I do the main story first, and then I do all of the quests available to me in my Pip-Boy after that. So each quest, like they have a quest for each of the expansions, so that allowed me to go through all of those, and then I did any other miscellaneous stuff I picked up. And right now as I record this, I'm sitting like at level 27. I think the cap's 30, so I'm close to the end. So what I want to do is I want to go around the world and just explore just as much as I can. Hit level 30, just burn through all my ammo, burn through my money, just burn through everything I've accumulated, and go to New Vegas later. So the thing about Fallout 3 is that I thought the DLCs were pretty good. And I say my favorite was Point Lookout. It's kind of eerie, it's creepy, it's a lot like Far Harbor. It's like basically, the way I see it, Point Lookout crawled so Far Harbor could walk. And I thought it was very, very good. It had a lot of eerie vibes to it. Another one I really enjoyed was Operation Anchorage. Basically, they put you in a simulation of when the U.S. is fighting China in Anchorage, Alaska. And man, it just felt like I was in a 90s James Bond movie. Just the setting and the action. I can't explain it. It was awesome. Broken Steel was the other good one to me. Basically, Broken Steel continues the main story just a little bit. When you end the main story, you basically have to sacrifice yourself to get the objective done, or you pick someone else to be sacrificed, and then the game ends. But Broken Steel fixes it to where they allow you to keep playing after the fact, and they actually let you sacrifice the big freaking super mutant that's right behind you that is, pretty resistant to radiation. Would make sense to put him in there, but you know, I guess they wanted a heroic moment or something. So Broken Steel fixes that, and then you basically get to kind of see the after effects of the story, and you get to hunt the Enclave down, figure out where their new base is, and it's just a big battle on the Air Force base, and you get this Tesla cannon and just blow shit up. It's awesome. Let's see, what are the other two they have? I'd say fourth on my list is The Pit. Now, The Pit, I like the environment. I like the whole design of it, but I thought the story's just kind of basic. It's just Slaver's Paradise, and you got to break free. You got to get the cure, which is kind of interesting what the cure is. I mean, it's fun, but it's definitely not as good as those other three. But the weakest one, I think, was Mothership Zeta, where you get abducted by aliens and you have to do like a prison break and get out and take over an alien ship. It's just so corny. It was a bit... I felt like it was a bit long in the tooth, but you got to remember back in the day they were charging people $5 for this thing, so you better have some content, right? And I thought it was the weakest of the five, but it was fun. It's just that 50 sci-fi corny stuff. So, you know, I did that, and then while I was playing Fallout 3, Fallout 4 came out with a new update. If you have a Series X or a PS5, just those consoles, they basically made it to where you get 4K resolution, targeting 60 frames a second, and the game looks pretty good. But if you run a really mod-heavy playthrough, I think it broke a lot of that. But I don't really use mods anyway, so that didn't really affect me. But pretty much just gives me another excuse to do Fallout 4, and then it just so happened Mr. Emil Pagliarulo, the main writer of the game, got on Twitter and said, "Oh, by the way, the main character of Fallout 4, he's a war criminal, by the way," which ironically added depth to the character. And so that's what I'm going to do eventually. I'm going to go back to Fallout 4 and play as the default main character. He's just going to be a psychopath war criminal and go nuts. I just thought it'd be fun. Because every time I play those games, I like to play completely different play styles. And I usually gravitate toward being like good or like morally gray, just depending on the game. But nah, this dude's going to be nuts. But I did try the performance update, and it runs really good on the Xbox Series X. And if you can get it, get it. I believe if you have it on PlayStation Plus, you get the update too. I believe. Don't quote me on that. But if you just watch sales regularly, you can get Fallout 4 and all of its add-on content for $10. So just watch for that, if nothing else. And then the last thing I want to talk about is Fallout 76. So Fallout 76 here added a new zone called Atlantic City. That was pretty fun to check out. I already did like the main story and everything that it has to offer, and it's obvious that they keep on supporting the game and they keep making it better. And I just wanted to take a little bit of time here at the end because there's been a lot of curiosity about Fallout 76 now that the show came out, and it technically is the most update version of it, and since it had such an abysmal launch, you can always find it cheap. So let me tell you about Fallout 76 just at its core in case you're wondering. You can play it solo, and it plays just like a Fallout game. It has its own story, has its own everything. It plays like just a lot like Fallout 4. But you have the option to play with others. It's just that, yes, the game is connected online at all times. It is. And you're in a world shared with people, correct. But it is as multiplayer as you want it to be. You can do public events or not. You can party up with people or not. It's there for the taking. And honestly, the people are very nice. Like when I was doing Fallout 76 a couple weeks ago, I was just using a bunch of scrap I had, making people weapons and heals and armor, just kind of going through my excess inventory just to help them out, you know? So It performs good. The story's fine. It's really cool exploring Appalachia. It's a lot different than their other maps. They did such a good job with it, but like I said, it is, yes, it is online, but it's as multiplayer as you want it to be. So, and I noticed the last time I went in there, there's a lot less people playing the community events. Everyone's just kind of gravitating more toward that single player exploration, and they just have a lot of good underlying mechanics to where it figures out what gun you're using and it makes sure to give you enough ammo and it makes sure to give you enough heals now, and it's fine. And the building I think is a little bit better than Fallout 4. They kind of refined it a bit, and other than that, that's all I have to say about Fallout. I mean, gosh, we're 15 minutes in, and I just wanted to kind of cover it all with like a broad stroke because, I mean, the show was what started it all. It's a great show. Go check it out. And then it got me playing Fallout 3. It got me to try Fallout 4 and then Fallout 76. And I'll go back to New Vegas this summer as well, but I'm just going to kind of save that for a little bit because I got a Starfield update to check out in May. We've got Diablo Season 4 in May. And I need to get ready for Elden Ring's expansion. So those are kind of like my 3 targets. But other than that, I just want to say hi. Everything's going good here. White Mojo Wolf signing out. See ya.